where someone here will have their personal treasure selected for display at the National Geographic Museum in Washington, D.C.
It was part of the silver that was buried in the ground during the war between the states.
They were taken by Matthew Brady.
The Matthew Brady.
Yes.
Look, look! That is beautiful.
Do you realize how much this thing is worth?
I'm Curt Doussett.
I'm Kinga Phillips. Yeah! We're searching the country for items with fascinating history.
This is George Washington's actual signature.
This was possibly made by Thomas Edison. This is the gun that killed Alexander Hamilton.
And objects with unexpected value.
Between $20,000 and $25,000.
Oh my God.
$80,000.
The object that most belongs in a museum is...
We're on the hunt for America's lost treasures.
We're at the Savannah History Museum, which is housed in a railway passenger shed from the 1800s. This place is such a unique blend between the Deep South and some East Coast flavor tossed in. I absolutely cannot wait to see what comes in today.
This is a saber found in my great-grandfather's house. It's a family heirloom, and I think my mother would be real proud that I'm here to show it off today.
We're teaming up with the experts here
I'm Scott Smith, CEO of the
Nice to
Coastal
meet you.
Heritage Society.
to determine which of these items belong in a museum.
The item that I brought today is such a great link to Savannah's earliest colonial history.
It's been passed down for 5 generations, I believe.
Well, we feel that we're going to be a winner.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to America's Lost Treasures. King and I are going to come out and see the items that you've brought in and get to know your stories as well.
We'll each be selecting 3 items for further investigation, and then at the end of the week, one of you will be selected to share your item with the world at the National Geographic Museum in Washington, D.C.
Well, let's get started. Ready?
Yeah.
What do you have here? You've got some Lincoln portraits.
Yes, I do. They're both actual photographs.
Wait, this is an actual photograph?
I believe it is.
Where did you get these and who took them?
Well, I got them from my late aunt, who had gotten them from her brother, which was my uncle. They were taken by Matthew Brady. At least we know.
Matthew Brady?
Yes.
Like the Matthew Brady, the
Yes.
one who archived
Right.
the Civil War.
Yes. Yeah,
Really?
He was the official documentarian for Abraham Lincoln. I would like to find out the origin of this, just to
That
make
one,
sure.
okay.
Value would be nice. I'd love to be able to have them properly insured. You know, they're really great treasures.
Yeah.
You know, American treasures, really.
These are awesome. You know, Jeff, if these turn out to be original Matthew Brady's, you could be sitting on something pretty significant here.
I don't want to get my hopes high, but it would be wonderful. It'd
Yeah.
be definitely cool.
Matthew Brady is the father of photojournalism. His portraits of the president were used to make the penny and the $5 bill. Now I'm going to find out how many Benjamins these Lincolns are worth.
A ladle.
Oh, hey.
Hi. Tell me about the ladle.
The ladle has been in my family since my great-great-grandmother and grandfather were at least married, which was 1849.
Wow.
It was part of the silver that was buried in the ground during the war between the states. Back in
To protect it.
To protect it, right. Keep all of the silver from the Union soldiers confiscating it when they came riding through.
I knew I would stumble upon a Civil War relic pretty quickly here. And I love that it's a buried treasure.
Well, this is such a beautiful piece, and what I would like to do is to bring in an appraiser here to have a look at it, who maybe has a little bit more information than I would. Beth, can I get you over here, please? I'm gonna put this in your hands.
Okay.
I noticed that there's paw marks on the back. If I had the marks, I probably could date it and give you a manufacturer's name. But without it, it's just a beautiful silver ladle.
Uh-huh.
There are a lot of these ladles out there.
Yeah.
Most of them are selling right now for probably at auction between $300 to $400.
Wow, just for the ladle.
Yeah.
Is it part of a set?
No, not part of a set, just that one.
Maybe the rest is still buried.
It could be.
We should go look for it.
I
We
may
can
have
get a
to
metal detector.
These look heavy and expensive.
I don't know if they're expensive or not, but this is a set of sailor's binoculars that was presented to my great-grandfather, Captain Walter John Thompson of Savannah. And the binoculars were presented to him by the British government because he rescued a shipwrecked crew of a steamship called the Ben Hope.
Really?
And
so
they are
gave them to him
inscribed pretty much for his kindness and humanity to the shipwrecked crew of the Ben Hope on April 28, 1887.
Were these used ever?
Well, I know that I have a photograph of him with them in his hand. Considering the fact that these fellows work pretty hard for a living, I suspect that he used them on board the ship.
Let me just say, I'd love to find out more about these. These
Thank you, I
are
would
very
too.
well made, and there's a great story behind it. In the 1800s, Savannah was one of the busiest ports in the United States. These binoculars could be an important piece of maritime history. I'm taking them.
The city of Savannah has deep historical roots, so it's no surprise that we've got tons of amazing objects here today.
This coin goes back to the very earliest colonial foundings of Savannah.
And we're not just talking 18th, 19th century old.
This is about the cultures that lived on our coast before the rise and fall of the Roman Empire.
We're talking ancient.
Do you guys know what you have here?
We know they're shark teeth.
I think these are fossilized prehistoric shark teeth, you're correct. And I think they might be megalodon teeth. Carcharodon megalodon.
You're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
This is the ancestor of the modern great white, Carcharodon carcharius. I'm a bit of a shark nerd.
There you go.
These are incredible. Did you find these or did you buy them? Go away.
No, we found them. We found them locally.
Well, you know what's going to happen is I'm going to have to get these appraised. I'm going to have to go dig around on that hill, see if I can find my own.
We can do that. Do you want to take her?
Would you take me?
No, please. Can I please go with you guys?
Okay.
Please, all right. Megalodon sharks lived 25 million years ago, and their teeth are among the largest ever discovered.
I'm going to put my money where my mouth is and bet that these teeth belong in a museum. Bravo, my friend. Well done on finding these.
I saw the Bob Hope on here, and I thought, no way. Really?
Way.
Bob Hope, way?
Bob
Good.
Hope is it. These were from Bob Hope's tour in 1969, and this is out of Camp Eagle. And this one here is from, I believe, the 25th Infantry Base at Cucci.
Bob Hope is an icon. He entertained our troops for over 50 years. In fact, the U.S. Congress named Hope the only civilian ever to be declared an honorary veteran of the armed forces. Bob Hope was a little bit bigger than I thought he was. Well, thank you so much.
My pleasure, my pleasure. Have a good time.
You're gonna let me walk away?
I know you're staying at the Motel 6. I know where you live now. Come on.
Motel 6 would have been nice.
Yeah.
All right. Over the years, Hope generously donated his custom-made fatigues to hundreds of soldiers. So there are a lot of these out there. Our expert values these jackets at about $800 each.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about the Girl Scouts.
I love the Girl Scouts.
The Girl Scouts were founded by Juliette Lowe right here in Savannah 100 years ago.
She was way ahead of her time. Were you a Girl Scout?
I was a Girl Scout, but my mother and my aunt were both Girl Scouts in the first troop. And when they got married, they each were given a gift of these bowls, and it's the Daisy pattern because Juliette Lowe's nickname was Daisy. And they did a pattern of this cut glass in her honor.
This is something I would like to know a lot more about, especially that we're right here in Savannah where the Girl Scouts started. Thank you for sharing this.
Thank you for coming.
If this really was custom made for a pioneer like Juliette Lowe, it's truly iconic. And it could be worth thousands. Now that's a lot of cookies.
All right, you guys, tell me about this painting.
Well, this is Mary Bigelow. You know her. She's a family member. The painting's been in our family for literally hundreds of years.
Great, 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 great Aunt Mary.
It's a bit beguiling, though. It's like the eyes kind of tend to follow you a little bit.
Yeah, it was they were kind of just a tad.
It freaks my wife out over the fireplace, you know.
Yeah, I'm on your wife's side here.
Yeah.
Just a little
Yeah.
bit. No disrespect.
No, I know.
This style is known as primitive art and was very popular in the early 1800s. This painting definitely has some value, but our expert Beth will tell me if it has any historical significance. Beth, hey, we got a couple questions here.
Okay.
Well, we're interested in the value of it and
Okay.
perhaps something about the artist, Deacon Robert Peckham.
Okay. Well, looks
So-
like 1830s.
Right.
The clothing, the hairstyle. Deacon Robert Peckham was an itinerant painter. You know, he went from town to town. He was known for these paintings, these genre paintings.
What value would you put on a painting like this?
These paintings are very valued, especially when it's of young children. You might want to have it cleaned a little bit.
Right.
Conservatively speaking.
We're in Savannah, Georgia's oldest city, on the hunt for personal treasures that belong in a museum. So what value would you put on a painting like this?
These paintings are very valued, especially when it's of little girls or little boys.
Now, why is that? Why would that make them more valuable?
Well, usually the older folks were ugly. Conservatively speaking. Probably around $30,000.
Oh, wow.
What?
Oh, my God.
$30,000.
$30,000?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That is
Wow.
fantastic. I had no idea.
$30,000?
Sure.
My
Which is
parents
great.
would flip if they
Yeah.
knew that. That is
Wow.
amazing.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Well, treated
And
well.
she's
It is
so
priceless.
precious.
Yeah, she's watching you, too.
All right, I'm just gonna.
She's watching me.
Yeah. These guys definitely cashed in. But since Mary Bigelow Noer wasn't famous, the painting's monetary value outweighs its historical importance.
Okay, folks, please tell me there's rum in there.
Sorry
I
to
wish
say that
there
there's
was.
not.
Out of all the items here today, Curt and I can only pick 3 each to investigate further.
That is amazing.
But ultimately, only one of these collectors will have their personal treasure displayed in the National Geographic Museum.
What do you guys have here?
We have a complete manuscript from 1935, limited edition, Porgy and Bess from opening night in New York.
Are you serious? To me, Porgy and Bess is one of the most important musical works of the 20th century. In 1935, George Gershwin was one of the first composers to portray African-American life in an opera.
There's a couple autographs inside of it.
We've got George and Ira Gershwin.
What, are you kidding me?
And there's also the conductor of the opening night and the author of the original play.
How did you guys get this?
Well, we were stationed in Charleston. I was in the Navy, and we were just antiquing
South
one
Carolina,
day.
where this is supposed
Yeah,
to take
yeah.
place.
Actually, probably within 5 or 10 miles of where he got his inspiration, on Folly Beach. And so we were antiquing one day on King Street, and I was in the front. I heard a scream in the back, and she's always been a Gershwin fan, so I went running back, and she saw this with her mouth was open.
Pointing to it, really couldn't speak a whole lot, and we fell in love with it.
Can I ask how much you guys paid for it?
We paid $5,000 for it back in 1994.
Yeah, that was almost 20 years ago. We could barely afford it on a young officer's salary.
Yeah.
We made
it happen.
Oh, we made it happen.
Wow.
So-
These signatures, in my opinion, make this probably one of the most valuable things that I've seen here today so far. This full score, signed and numbered, is extremely rare. It's over 75 years old and is still in amazing condition. I feel like singing, but I won't.
Wow. Did you paint this?
No, I did not.
Who did paint this?
It was a gentleman named Livingston Roberts.
Okay.
He was considered one of the highwaymen. And,
Really?
My parents bought this for like $25 when I was a little kid, back late 60s.
Beth, are you familiar with the Highwaymen?
I certainly am.
Well, great.
These paintings were sold a lot to motels and gas stations, mostly motels, for decoration in the rooms, usually for between $25 and $50. These paintings recently have come up for auction. They vary in price, and there was, not too terribly long ago, a time when they were very valuable, and they will range in price anywhere from about $700 to $2,500. Yeah, I mean, if you had one originally, you know, you have real value there, but now they've sort of come back down, and this painting is probably going to be worth in the neighborhood of $600 to $800.
That's still a good price.
Still
if you
a
paid
very good
$25,
price.
$50 for it.
No, it's priceless to me.
All right, what do you have?
I have a Windsor chair.
Oh, you're sitting in it.
I'm sitting in it.
Nice.
Well, it's very comfortable. Would you like to try it?
Of course. Oh, yeah. When it's warm, too. Thank you. Nice. How long did you buy it?
About 3 years ago.
Okay.
Bought it in a consignment shop. It was $56. The seat was split when I bought it, and I had it restored and stabilized, really. So if you turn it over and look at the bottom, see the little biscuits here?
I do.
And here.
Hey, Beth, quick question. What do you think when you see this chair?
Well, I think it's older, and it looks like it may have been refinished.
Are there any markings that could tell you where it was made?
No, I don't see any.
So, Beth, what would you tell Pete this chair is worth?
Probably in the neighborhood of maybe $200 to $300.
Okay.
And the only thing I think that would hold it back would be the fact that it's not a painted piece, which is really desirable. The painted ones usually command more money.
Okay.
Okay. But it's still a wonderful piece.
Well, that's awesome, Pete. I mean, it's a great piece. It's a Windsor chair. Thanks so much for bringing this in. I appreciate it. All right. Beth, come with me, please.
Oh, yes.
Yes. All right, so what does that chair say to you? I mean, is there a lot of history behind it, or is it just...
Well, there's no provenance, so, you know, he bought it in a resale shop, so it is what it is, but it's a nice piece.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Sir, hi.
Hi.
What do you have?
Well, it was too heavy to drag in, so I brought a picture. It's an iron bench made in Tsar Alexander's iron foundry outside of St. Petersburg, Russia. This bench was given to William Scarborough. He was the sort of founder of the Savannah Steamship Company.
So it came from Russia?
Came from Russia on the steamship Savannah, first steamship to cross the Atlantic Ocean.
Wow. And how did you acquire it?
Money.
Goodness, that is, I would love to see this. Yeah, why didn't you bring it in? You look like a big man with strong arms.
You come see it.
You have yourself a deal. I would love to see this piece.
All
That is
right.
beautiful.
This looks like a Gothic piece, which our experts say is a very uncommon style for the early 1800s. If this really was given to a Savannah captain in 1819, I can't even imagine its historical and monetary value.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, you guys. Thanks for coming in. Time is up. Kinga and I have checked out everything here today.
Thank you, sir.
And we've each chosen our top 3. I'm taking the Abraham Lincoln portraits, the 1935 Porgy and Bess original score, and the captain's binoculars. I win.
I almost feel sorry for Curt. I've got 3 killer items. The Russian Tsar bench, the prehistoric shark teeth, and 100-year-old Girl Scout glassware. Now it's time to investigate these items further and find out which one is America's lost treasure.
I am diving right in.
Jerry Sullivan brought in a collection of huge fossilized shark teeth that I think belong to the prehistoric megalodon, the largest marine predator to ever exist.
You guys know we're going right over here on this beach.
Okay. Jerry's taking us to his top secret fossil hunting grounds. I've brought along local expert Beth Kinsler to see if this story holds water.
Cowabunga.
Sometimes you won't see the shark tooth, you'll see like a point sticking up. You bump it over and man, something gigantic comes
Well, I'm
up.
following you because you have the eye for it, and then when you look like you're going for something, I'm gonna push you out of the way.
Yeah.
We're not leaving until we find something.
All right, make a circle with your fingers. Now look in the hole you're making, the
Yes,
circle.
look, Jerry. I'm on the banks of the Savannah River, hoping to prove this is the source of Jerry's 25-million-year-old megalodon teeth.
Now look in the hole you're making, the
Yes,
circle.
look, Jerry. That is amazing.
See the shine's what caught my eye.
That is beautiful. Okay, I'm a believer. The river needs to be dredged to deepen the waters for the increasingly larger ships that come in and out of the harbor. Sediment is pooled from the bottom of the river. And with each layer of silt that is removed, fossils from millions of years ago are deposited onto the shore. This is so amazing, Beth, that here just outside of Savannah, people can come and find something like this.
I know, it's
that is
wonderful.
So scientifically significant.
Exactly. The thing about megalodons is that they were pure predators. What scientists say is that they could pop the head of a great white like a grape. Think about that.
That's an incredibly descriptive way of putting it.
Yeah.
Sort of disgusting, right?
With a tooth like this, I mean, gee whiz.
And they didn't just have one row, they had 5 or 6.
Row after row
after
after row of these teeth, these shearing teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I know where these fossils come from, I'm hoping Beth can tell me what they're worth. What about the value of something like this?
Well, fossils are very collectible. The bigger the tooth, generally speaking, the more valuable it is. I would suggest that something like this might have a value of a few $100s, but if it's intact and it's really big, it can go as high as $5,000 or $6,000.
Jerry's shark tooth is almost 6 inches long. It's in near perfect condition, and it's been buried for millions of years. This is the definition of a lost treasure.
As I was in the museum, I saw Jeff standing there with these, what looked like Abraham Lincoln photos, originals.
They're both actual photographs.
Wait.
They were taken by Matthew Brady.
Really?
He was the official documentarian for Abraham Lincoln.
Early in his career, the public was put off by Lincoln's untamed appearance. But Brady's photography and revolutionary retouching techniques made him much more appealing. In fact, Lincoln actually credited Brady with helping him get elected. If these are real, this is huge. Hey, Tanya. Hey. Tanya Salmons is a curator at the Telfair Museum of Art. She'll be able to tell me if these are Matthew Brady originals. All right, so what's the first thing you're going to do to determine what we have here?
Well, the first thing we need to do is to get these out of the frames and take a look at the images up close. And also, it's important to see what's on the back of the images as well.
Please let there be a treasure map. I mean, I'm not going to hold my breath, but that'd be
really cool.
Freaking awesome.
Yes, that
right?
would be.
Let's tear into these. Carefully, I mean.
Just gonna slide this right off. I'm just gonna flip back over, then lift the frame off,
Okay.
and then we can take the glass.
This is like an episode of Nerds Gone Wild. This is awesome.
This is how we live.
What are you seeing, Tanya?
Well, one thing I'm seeing right here that I noticed under the glass, but I can see it more here. It looks like an embossing. It's G-E-S-S. And I think if we look on the back of this, by Brady, about 1862, original negative now in possession of Jess Ford Studio, 1916. This indicates to me that there was an original negative that was a Matthew Brady negative from 1862 that was used to create this print in 1916. but it's not an original print by Matthew Brady.
The good news is this photo was actually taken by Matthew Brady, but this print wasn't created by Brady himself. It was made over 50 years after Lincoln's death, so that greatly diminishes its quality and its value. At least I've got one more shot. What about this one? What do you see when you first take a look at this one?
Well, this looks like a cabinet card looking at it right away, which is typically made in the latter half of the 19th century.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me what you think.
I don't think this is Matthew Brady. This looks like a cabinet card.
Kinga and I are in Savannah, Georgia, on the hunt for America's lost treasures. We've narrowed down our search to 6 items, but only one will be chosen for display at the National Geographic Museum. The first portrait we looked at was made more than 50 years after Lincoln's death. But I still have one more shot for these Matthew Brady photos to pay off. Tell me what you think.
I don't think this is Matthew Brady. But I think it could be even more interesting. It looks like H.F. Warren, Henry F. Warren. He is generally believed to be the photographer who last photographed Lincoln
really?
Just shortly before he died, yes.
This portrait is dated March 6, 1865, and Lincoln was killed just a month later. If this is the last photograph taken of him, it could be priceless.
In the latter half of the 19th century, they used a paper that they treated with actually egg white.
Now, would that just to give it a glossy?
It gave it, yeah,
Oh,
and,
okay.
it became part of the process to make these types of prints.
Does this have any of that sheen on it
Yeah,
you were talking about?
it does have a sheen, and you can kind of see. This certainly looks like egg whites to me.
That's great, right? I mean, that's...
You want to take a look?
Do I? Yeah. Let's see, I had them for breakfast, so I've got a really good reference point. It looks like cracked and shiny. That's what I'm looking for, right?
Yep.
Okay.
It looks like a photograph to me. I think this is an original photograph.
Possibly one that was taken right before Lincoln was shot.
Yes.
I think that's great news. I had my sights set on Matthew Brady, but this original H.F. Warren is even better. One of the last known portraits of Abraham Lincoln, this definitely belongs in a museum.
At the museum, John Duncan showed me a picture of his beautiful bench that was supposedly built for Russian Tsar Alexander I.
Came from Russia on the steamship Savannah, first steamship to cross the Atlantic Ocean.
Wow. John and his wife Ginger have invited me into their home to take a closer look.
Hello, John. How are you?
And I brought with me our expert Beth to help me determine if I'm sitting on a treasure.
What a spectacular home.
Well,
thank you very much. Let's just walk through this way.
Oh, please, lead the way.
All right.
Show it off. It's
All
gorgeous.
right.
Oh, my.
There it is.
Here is the bench.
So simple and classic.
Right. And delicate for something this heavy.
And what was it when you first saw this that caught your eye?
The elegance, the elegance.
John, I think you had some history on this piece.
Yes. It was cast in Tsar Alexander's Imperial Iron Foundry outside of St. Petersburg, Russia. And it was presented to William Scarborough, who was the founder of the Savannah Steamship Company. And it passed through 4 generations of that family. And so I am the 7th owner of this bench.
What do you think, Beth?
Well, it's truly an elegant piece. I just love the way it sort of sits there proudly. Those trefoil designs on it. Now, do you have paperwork on this badge?
I've got a stack of, I've been researching this thing for about 35 years, and I never dreamed that I would actually own it. But I do.
Have you had this appraised?
I have not had it appraised.
Will you tell us how much you paid for it?
A lot. I think $12,000.
$12,000.
I did.
What do you think about that, Beth?
Well, if it can be authenticated and if we can prove the history, this piece could have significant value.
Could be a treasure.
I like hearing that.
Well, it's already a treasure to you.
Indeed.
With the information we've learned today, Beth is going to put together a full appraisal to see if John got his money's worth. But first, I need to do the obvious.
How do you feel?
Well, if I sit here too much longer, I'm probably going to end up with a dreaded waffle butt, but honored.
We will both have waffle butt if we sit here any longer.
Coming up,
do you realize how much this thing is worth?
the stakes get even higher.
Oh, wow. Take a look at this.
And finally, National Geographic will decide who has America's lost treasure.
And the object that we are going to select is...
Back at the museum, Sam Cargill showed me his family's one-of-a-kind binoculars from 1887.
This is a set of sailor's binoculars that was presented to my great-grandfather.
Since the 1800s, foreign ships were constantly traveling in and out of Savannah's port. These inscribed binoculars were awarded by the British government to a local riverboat captain.
Oh my gosh, look at this. This is awesome.
I've come to the Tybee Island Light Station, where Cullen Chambers from the local Historical Society is going to give me more insight into these binoculars.
How are you doing, Cullen?
Fine. Listen, in the traditional light keepers, you're right on time and prompt.
Of course, man.
Very good.
Punctuality.
However, that
Yes.
said, in the traditional light keepers, you're out of uniform. Looking sharp. You do any lighthouse service proud. Your duty would be to carry 5 gallons of kerosene to the top of the lighthouse. This weighs approximately 37 pounds. And you're climbing 178 steps.
Oh my gosh. It's my own fault. I insisted on test driving these binoculars from the top of the lighthouse.
Couldn't get one of those, like, jazzy chairs that ride up the rail?
Come on, man up, Curt. You can do it.
Oh my gosh, look at this.
Oh, yeah. Tallest building on the island. You're
This
about
is amazing.
143 feet up in the air.
It does not suck coming up to your office here.
Not a bad work day in my career.
No. The reason I'm here today, Cullen, is because I walked into the museum and I saw these binoculars. They belong to Captain Walter John Thompson. He was awarded these binoculars because there was a ship that had gone down off the coast. So I was wondering if you could tell me a little bit more about Captain Thompson and maybe even more about that particular wreck.
Okay, first let's start with Captain Thompson. He has a long, distinguished maritime career in our area. He was a pilot on the pilot boat Mary Odell, which came out of Savannah. Ships often had issues, particularly in the steam age, with boilers blowing up, accidental fires. And in the case of Ben Hope, the only reference I saw was the Ben Hope was on fire.
It was on fire,
It was
actually.
on fire. He could have been faced with a ship totally aflame, men in the water, not knowing whether that vessel was going to explode or not. The remarkable thing is that Captain Thompson was able to respond to that distress signal, go out, make those rescues, and apparently they were so respected and regarded that they made this presentation to him.
Just looking at this, knowing the story, knowing the history, this is something that I think definitely could go into a museum.
Do you agree?
Let me tell you, these are excellent specimens.
Yeah.
Not only in terms of the beautiful engraving, but the fact that these sunshades are still operational. This particular manufacturer out of London was really well known for his optics. These are the type of objects museums love to have in their collection because they relate specifically to incidences and individuals in our history. So yes, in that sense, these would be highly sought after for a local museum in our area.
Their significance may be more local than national, and our expert appraises them at about $800. But Captain Thompson's heroics? Priceless.
Just gonna wave the ship on through. You guys are good. I don't think they saw me.
The Girl Scouts originated right here in Savannah, so when I saw those two pieces of the Girl Scout heritage, that immediately caught my attention.
My mother and my aunt were both Girl Scouts in the first troop.
I'm at founder Juliet Lowe's birthplace.
Hi, Kinga. Curt and Kinga. I'm the program manager here at the Juliet Lowe Birthplace. We are so delighted to have you here.
Well, I'm delighted to be here. Catherine will be able to tell me if this is actually daisy patterned glassware that was made in Juliet Lowe's honor almost a century ago. Right in here?
The staircase always wows everybody.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Dining room in that way. Telephone.
That is
March
very
1912. Juliet Lowe called her cousin, Nina Pape, you can see her right over there, said, come right over, I've got something for the girls of Savannah and all America and all the world, and we're gonna start it tonight. And they did.
There's a lady named Mary who brought these two pieces in. You're gonna be so excited. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
So her aunt was one of the original Girl Scouts. Oh, wow. Take a look at this and read this while I open up.
And look and see that
delicate
obviously
material.
the family really cared.
Yes,
very
they
much
did.
about being a member of the Girl Scouts in the first decade of Girl Scouting. It's beautifully framed, it's beautifully matted. This is the very first trefoil. Juliet Lowe designed this in 1914.
If you're excited about this, you're gonna be double as excited about this.
Okay.
So, when Mary's aunt was married, this was presented to her.
Oh, wow.
As a gift from the Girl Scouts, and this was a daisy because apparently Juliet Lowe's nickname was Daisy.
She was always called Daisy. Nobody ever called her Juliet. That's a lovely glass from the 20s.
Isn't it?
So I'm thinking, the girls thought, well, what can we give our friend Ida that will remind her of all the friendship we had together and all the fun? And they probably went to the local nicest store, and they saw this, and they saw the plate, and said, oh my goodness, yes, it's a set. She will remember us for the rest of her life because we chose something that has our founder's name in it.
But you're telling me then that this just came from a store. This wasn't made specifically for the Girl Scouts?
Not specifically for the Girl Scouts.
Really?
We've made, over the years, lots of gift items, but remember, we're talking about the first decade in Girl Scouting.
Right.
And even manufacturing uniforms and ties and hats and whistles and all of that kind of stuff it took us a while to get up to that.
Oh, I bet.
So a crystal bowl they probably weren't even thinking about yet.
Turns out the daisy pattern is pretty common. Our expert values the set at about $200, but it still has huge sentimental value for the owners. It looks like either my prehistoric shark's teeth or my 19th century czar's bench are my best bets to go up against Curt.
This is unbelievable. Seth and Sarah Kovinsky have one of only 250 signed original copies from opening night of the landmark American opera Porgy and Bess.
We paid $5,000 for it.
We did.
We made it happen.
Oh, we made it happen.
I'm meeting theater historian Anthony Paderewski.
Hey, Curt, how you doing?
He'll be able to confirm the historical significance of this treasure and its monetary value as well.
I have an original Porgy and Bess score from the 1935 production signed.
You're kidding me.
By not only George and Ira Gershwin, it's also signed by DuBose Hayward, it's signed by the director Mamillion, and it's all right here in the back. Check that out.
Oh, wow. These are the real signatures.
Those are all original signatures, yeah. So when you first see something like this, what's your first thought?
I'm not easily impressed. This impresses me. A piece like this is extremely rare. I mean, Porgy and Bess, the opera, to have everybody's signature on this, it's
got 'em all
crazy.
there. And the thing that I love about this is when I think opera, I think, you know, Italian, French, German, things like this. This was a true American opera.
Oh, most definitely. This opera has a very, very important history, especially in African-American life.
Yeah.
It took place during the 1920s, of course. So when they actually put this opera together, it was the first ever all African-American classically trained cast.
How bold of George and Ira Gershwin to grab onto something like this, put music to it, turn it into an opera, and put it on stage.
Very, very daring to do that during that time period. Now, the most important part is when it went off Broadway and started touring, when it ended up in Washington, D.C. The entire cast went on strike.
The cast went on strike?
They were against the racially segregated audience.
Really? Okay, I had no idea.
Well, the management gave in. It was the National Theater's first time ever having an interracial audience, ever.
Really?
It was a pivotal moment.
Sure.
And they did it with this opera. This is history.
Yeah. So do you think something like this could or deserves to be in a museum?
Most definitely.
Really?
Most definitely. Only 250 of these were made. They were sold on opening night. But to find one in this good of condition it's amazing. Dating all the way back to 1935, most of them have probably been destroyed. Do you realize how much this thing is worth?
Game on. We are back at the Savannah History Museum, where Kinga and I each have to pick a finalist to present to the National Geographic Society. And ultimately, only one collector will receive the opportunity to display their personal treasure in Washington, D.C.
I have two really important historical pieces. An iron bench given to the SS Savannah's captain by a Russian Tsar in 1819. And megalodon shark's teeth that are millions of years old. This is a huge decision. Fortunately, the results of Beth's appraisal are in, and it makes this tough choice a little bit easier. I'm going with the Tsar bench.
2 out of 3 of my treasures are rock solid, so this is tough.
Hey, you guys, how you doing?
Hey, good to see you.
You too. Well, first off, let me just say thank you both for letting me take this. This was an amazing item. When I saw it, I knew I had to have it. I met with a local theater expert. He told me a lot of great information about this.
Do you realize how much this thing is worth? I've seen an edition in a rare bookstore.
The condition it's in, what it represents historically, the autographs at the back of it, they're very, very rare. And one recently he found is on sale for about $32,000.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe that. That's
Great investment on your part. You guys have an extremely important piece of American history right here. Unfortunately, I had the very difficult decision of choosing just one item to take to the finals. So I give that back to you. Please take care of it.
We will.
I know you will. Thank you so much, Seth. I
Thank you so
appreciate it.
much.
Sarah, you guys were both a pleasure. Wonderful opportunity for me. Thank you guys very much.
All right, bye-bye.
Wow. I had no idea.
Any other day, this Porgy and Bess score could have been my pick. But the last photograph of Abraham Lincoln taken before his assassination, that's a no-brainer.
The fact that the Tsar's bench has a chance to be in the National Geographic exhibition just excites us tremendously.
I'm really nervous. I'm very shaky right now. I wasn't expecting to even make the cut.
How you doing?
Hey, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Good to see you.
This is exciting.
Well, we have 2 amazing items here with us tonight. And I want to present to you Greg McGruger from the National Geographic Society, who is here to help us make the decision tonight.
Very good. Kinga, would you like to go first?
Yes, I would.
Please.
Thanks, Curt. All right, so Greg, I would like to introduce you to Ginger and John Duncan. This beautiful object, its classic and very simple outward appearance really masks a great story. It originated in St. Petersburg, and it was given by Tsar Alexander to the captain of the steamship Savannah. Now, that just happened to be the first steamship to cross the Atlantic. So it is a piece that has crossed the world to be here with us today. Here's something really exciting. We've had it appraised, and it turns out that it is worth $120,000. That, my friend, was a great purchase.
So you did a good job with this.
Yes, he did, and I feel so much better.
Okay, Greg, focus up. Lock in over here. All right, Jeff brought these two prints in, and I was able to call two local experts, and so we were able to actually open these up and get in and take a look at them. Now let's start with the smaller one. This is actually an enlargement of a negative of Matthew Brady. Now this is not an original, and it was probably done around 1916. So that puts the value of this at around $500. Now this other one, on the other hand, is a different story. Now it's not a Matthew Brady at all. But what it turns out to be is something potentially even much more important and much more exciting. This was done by H.F. Warren, and he was not an official photographer of Abraham Lincoln, but he is famous for 3 portraits of President Lincoln around the time of his second inauguration. And of course, he was assassinated about a month later. So it's a really rare piece. I think it's an important piece of American history, and it's in phenomenal condition, and it puts the value at around $10,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You've got to be kidding.
No, man, that is
that is
a
fantastic.
We think it may be very, very important.
So, both of these objects are wonderful objects, and they represent some great aspects of history. But we can only choose just one. And so the one that we're going to select for the collection is the Lincoln portrait.
Oh, yes! Yes! Nice, man!
When one thinks of National Geographic, we think of photography. So it certainly makes sense that a photograph, especially one that has this sort of resonance in the history of this country, is the one that was selected.
When my object was selected as the one that's going to go to Washington, D.C. and be on display, how crazy is that? I never thought in a million years I would have anything like that. So suddenly I'm an avid collector and an aficionado of Abraham Lincoln. I wasn't before, but I am now, let me tell you.
It's original.